Welcome, viewers, to yet another episode of Does That Really Need to Exist? The web show where we, unsurprisingly, answer the question that is the title of this show. First line of business, did that explanation of what this show was about really need to exist? The answer is no. Second line of business, and our main topic for today, door knockers. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those little metal handle things with which you can knock on doors. Do they really need to exist? Are we humans incapable of bunching our hands into fists and rapping on doors smartly to produce a similar sound that very clearly states, hey, you have company? Well, you see, the door was invented a long time ago, probably around the same time children were invented. Without a door, you have no place to confine your loathsome little brat. But the fist, the implement most people use for knocking on doors, didn't get invented until the 1600s, in Ireland, around the same time as the invention of the bar fight. Until then, most people settled disputes with swords and guns, which struck the wonderful and totally not stereotypically drunk Irish people as somewhat barbaric. In any case, without the invention of the fist, people had no way to signify that they were on the opposite side of a door, and requested entry. And so, the door knocker was invented. Now the verdict. Door knockers did need to exist, but don't need to exist anymore. Come back tomorrow when we start our week-long series on whether certain parts of the human body need to exist. First up, the perineum. Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's November 15, the 319th day of 2011, which means it's America Recycles Day. First things first, I love the wording of that holiday. It doesn't issue a command like World Recycle Day would, for instance. No, it simply states a fact. America Recycles Day. This claim is more or less true, more in the sense that a good percentage of Americans do in fact recycle, less in the sense that America as an entity isn't capable of recycling. Well, actually, if like an animal dies, it'll slowly rot and turn into soil, encouraging plant life, which more animals can eat to stay alive. So, in a way, America, as a landmass, does recycle. Anyway, I'm losing my train of thought. Hey, you should probably recycle. If you don't want to look at it from an environmentalist perspective, that's fine. First off, I don't blame you. I've seen enough weeping, rabid soil worshippers to understand people's dislike for them. Secondly, you don't have to look at it that way. Look at it selfishly, the statistically most likely way people tend to look at things. If you recycle, plastic prices will respond to inflation more slowly. Heck, sometimes you even get paid. I think the rate is now up to a whole penny per metric ton of aluminum. Don't spend it all in one place. I even do more than recycle, not to brag or anything, but I pre-cycle. I buy me a 12-pack of bottled green tea and recycle the whole kit and caboodle instantly. That way the plastic doesn't spend more than a few seconds in my wasteful, world-rending hands. Plus that way the plastic spends a larger percentage of its lifetime in the proverbial cycle. And so does the tea, in a process I've dubbed tea cycling. I've also recently taken a page out of Bear Grylls' book, and I've started pea cycling. Once you get over the initial disgust factor, it really isn't that bad. He cycle, she cycle, me cycle, we cycle. And that's all I have to say about that. Oh, and hey, tomorrow is Question Qwednesday, so if you could, ask a question in the comments, and I could very well answer it in tomorrow's video. Until tomorrow, I'm Griff, and I'm still talking.